What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world. Well, actually, we are first in the world of Albion Online. This is a game that is currently in beta. It's still working its way through the process. I think this is This is the second beta phase that it's had this year. Last time it was in beta was this summer. I did cover it briefly then on the live stream, but I never got a chance to make a video on the channel. So I figured I'd get started with them now. This beta phase is going to last, I think, over a month. And so due to that, I will definitely be spending a little bit more time, at least covering it to some extent on the YouTube channel, if I can fit it in. So we're basically just going to talk a little bit about what Albion Online is, what you can expect from it, and kind of my opinion on whether it's something you guys should get, and, you know, hopefully give you guys a little bit more insight on what's into the game. So first off, this game is on, I guess at first look, is a lot like Ultima Online or RuneScape in the fact that it is a skill-oriented game. And I'm not going to call it a skill-based game because it's skill-based is technically a misnomer in this game because it's not a skill-based game. It's a quest-based game. But the quests are what unlock all of the skills and such. And that's a very unique way to go about doing it. And I don't really mean quests. I mean more achievements are what has everything locked out. So for instance, you'll notice in the bottom section of your screen down here, I've got a bunch of different they look like quests, but these are actually achievements or fame events or whatever you want to call them. So like, for instance, right now I am a baseline mage. So if we pull up the board, you can see I've unlocked the basic combat skills or trainee fighter, which gives me access to all of these initial basics. And then from here, if I conclude in any of these, it opens up more skill trees. So like for the mage, it opens up the fire staff, it opens up the holy staff, arcane staff, and a bunch of different specs, and each one of those has its own sub-specs, etc. from there. And that's just the mage line. You've also got the the crafting trees, you've got the warrior trees, you've got just a drastic different amount of skill sets that you can use. And as far as I know, and keep in mind, I don't have a whole lot of time with the game, so I could be off. As far as I know, there's no cap. There may be at launch, there may not be, may be able to be everything. I'm not sure. That's one of the main differences between games like Ultima Online and Link Realms and games like RuneScape is the skill cap. And what a skill cap basically does is kind of force people to not necessarily work together, but at least you can't do everything yourself. So like with Ultima Online and Link Realms, you have a 700 skill cap, which means you can master 7 skills. After that, you're shit out of luck. So you have to, either make another character or, have a buddy, make something. So if you're a combat character, you're not also going to be a crafter. Or if you are, you're going to be a limited combat character and a limited crafter, which is basically useless. So at least with this, it seems, at least in first impressions, that you can be everything. So you can be your full-scale crafter if you want. You can be your full-scale, pretty much everything. You can be a mage, you can be a warrior, which is something that appeals a lot to me because I enjoy multiple play styles. I enjoy getting lost in different things. Maybe I don't want to fight and I want to just craft it for a night. I don't get penalized for wanting to do something different, which I do like. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a strong argument for skill caps and things like that because, like I said, it does force variety and it does keep you from being a jack of all trades character, which is nice, because what happens when everything is unlocked, then basically everybody can be everything. So, if there is a set of skills that becomes, cookie cutter or overpowered, then everybody gets it, whether it's, I don't know, a battle mage that's, wearing full plate mail armor and something along those lines, plus can heal, plus can do damage, plus can do their own potions, whatever. It does lead to some complexities that you have to deal with, but at the same time, it does give you some really nice freedom. So it kind of, I don't know, there's arguments for both sides. So for me personally, I'm not a big fan of skill caps. I like being able to just do whatever the hell I want. You'll have to kind of make your own judgment. So as you can see, as I've killed monsters here, here in just a second, you'll see this one die. So you can see where it says 135 fame plus some bonus. That fame is what is going into my journeyman mage setup down here. And basically, I'm at 10,600 of 12,000. As soon as I hit 12,000, I will unlock the ability to get all of these. And that's going to be quite a bit of quests there because, just because I unlock them, yes, I can use them now. But number one, I have to either craft them or find them. And number two, I have to be able to do each of their quests should I wish to progress in that way. So in essence, while it is completely unlimited, much like RuneScape, also like RuneScape, it does kind of encourage you to specialize. And what do I mean by that? Well, yeah, I could be a fire mage if I want, and a healer, and a frostmancer, but I have to do every single one of those quests, and that's going to take me a lot of time. Whereas if I specialize, I will get better in one tree quicker. I.e., if I say, for instance, go with pyromancy, I'm going to be able to move through the pyromancy line much quicker than I'm going to be able to move through all 6 of those lines. So I believe that's kind of how they're balancing it, and that's kind of how RuneScape did their balancing in the aspect that, sure, you can be everything you want. You're just going to be grinding until the second coming of Christ. So, for some people, that's great. If you're one of those guys who has a shit ton of time, or, your job is YouTube like it is mine, then that's not necessarily a turnoff for you. If you've got a job and a family and, maybe you're going to school and, et cetera, then it does get to a point where it's like, holy shit, dude, I can't do everything. Then it's nice because you can specialize and you're not necessarily drawn back. So what is my personal goal, at least with this character for beta? I'm going to be focusing primarily on magery. I probably will play around with a couple different trees. Unfortunately, we only have one account for the summer. We had 2 accounts, so me and JJ were able to play together. For this round, I've only got 1 account. I may be able to get JJ into the beta here in a bit. The problem is JJ hates games like this during beta because, here I am. I'm basically grinding. I'm running around. I'm doing all these things, and that's a lot of fun. But JJ gets kind of frustrated because it's like, damn it, I'm going to lose all this progress, and why should I spend all that time working on it when I can just, wait till launch? And there's an argument for that. For me personally, I enjoy the game. I don't mind necessarily the grinding. I kind of find this relaxing. Plus, it gives me an advantage when the launch comes out because I'm going to know, oh, okay, I need to go here at this point, I need to go here at this point, I need to go here at this point, and I can kind of skip ahead while everybody else is still trying to figure out, how do I make a staff? So I'm probably going to play quite a bit of this, especially if you guys end up liking it on stream and whatnot. I'm going to do my best not to have it interfere with the Dead Man Mode series. I still plan on, spitting that out. I am enjoying that, and I've renewed RuneScape for another month, and I'm very tempted to, while there's a sale going on with Amazon, renew it for like 6 months out just to get that going. So don't fear. We're not going to get that shut down or anything. There's still going to be that series on my channel, and I am still considering an Iron Man challenge as well, but no promises. There is only so much Pyro can do in a day, and with YouTube Plus streaming, it does get a little cray-cray from time to time. But yeah, one of the other things I wanted to point out is just because I get this set up here doesn't necessarily mean I can immediately go and do it. And the problem that I'm going to run into is I have to have the staff. So you have to actually get the staff. Now, this game does have an awesome auction system. If you're familiar with EVE Online, it has EVE Online's basic system. With a slight twist. Number one, it does seem like things are global. I don't know if your loot only comes to the different areas, but you shouldn't be able to view the market everywhere once you're in town. Now, I'll show you guys that here in a bit once we finish our little skill set. But basically, you can view everything. You can sort by the cheapest price. You can purchase it. And the cool thing is you can make buy and sell orders. Well, what's a buy and a sell order? Well, let's say I'm looking for, let's say, iron ore. And the going price for iron ore, let's say, is 100 silver a piece, okay? Well, that sounds like a lot, but it's not that bad. So let's say it's 100 silver a piece. Well, I don't want to pay 100 silver a piece. There are people buying it, but they're not buying it very quickly. So let's say I'm willing to buy it at 90 a piece, and I'm willing to buy it in bulk. So let's say I'm willing to buy 1,000 iron ore at 90 a piece. Well, let's say you go back, you come back from, out here mining, and you've got a bunch of ore, and nobody is buying it at the moment for 100, or at least not enough. Like there's maybe one guy buying it for 100, but you see me and I'm selling it. I'm buying it for, you know, 100 a piece, and I'm buying 2,000. So you can sell all of your ore to me, or you can sell a little bit to like 3 or 4 guys, and then you have to wait for the rest of it to sell. That's the nice thing about buy orders. And the same thing with sell orders. Let's say I have 100,000 and I'm not in a rush to get rid of it. So I can set it up and say, well, no, I'm not going to sell it to you at 90. I will sell my ore at 100. So if you want to buy it at 100, it's right here. Have fun. Otherwise, I'm willing to wait. So it allows you to, you know, have an auction presence even when you're not there, and allows you to kind of set your prices a little bit more stably, and it gives you a lot of momentum in buying and selling and trading an aspect. On top of that, it adds something called market PvP. I undercut you by, you know, 1 silver, then you undercut me by 1 silver, and then vice versa. So it gets kind of interesting. Special material used in crafting. It can be transmuted into a better quality gem. I have no idea, but we'll take them both. I haven't seen any loot yet. 2 tier 4 gems. I don't even know what they do. So that's interesting. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I've killed probably 50 of these things, and we haven't gotten a single one of them. So getting it now is kind of interesting. It's also, you'll also notice that my speed is dropping significantly. That's because we keep looting all these things. I need to move. Shit, get out, get out, get out. That right there will do almost all of my health and damage if you stand in it. So you gotta wait. You gotta make sure you keep an eye on his little casting bar here so that you can get the hell out of the way once he does it, because otherwise he gonna rock your face. These guys killed me twice before I kind of learned, don't stand in the circle. You'd have figured my time in World of Warcraft would have taught me that. But apparently I'm a slow learner. And any of you guys who've watched my channel for any length of time will know that's definitely true. So yes, while I'm slow like this, I'm not too concerned with it because I have one of the pre-order mounts. This right here is a pack mule. You'll notice that my carrying weight went to 11%, and if I get off the mule, it's 107%. So I'm not too worried about being overweight, because if I need to, I can at least get moving, and honestly, running away from these guys, as long as I don't get 2, isn't a problem. If I get 2 or more, then it's a real issue. So I gotta be, whoops. Oh, jumping off your horse resets your cooldowns on your spells. That's cool and not so cool. It means you're not gonna be doing any drive-bys on people, but at the same time, if you get knocked off your course, oh God, we're dead. Oh fudge, move through there. I'm dead. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm dead. Turn around, don't kill me. Yep. Well, I can show you guys what death looks like. I knew as soon as I said I wasn't worried unless I fought 2, we were going to pull 2. The way death works in this game, I do believe you drop everything in PvP. In PvE, I don't know if you keep your things or if you drop them. I've not been willing to click die yet. I believe that takes you back to the nearest town. I'm about 4 zones away from the nearest town, so I don't want to have to walk back here. Number 2, I'm perfectly capable of fighting here some more, so I want to get our last little bit done before we do. So we're going to wait for the timer. You're going to notice some of my gear has taken damage, specifically my shield. So we're going to click get up. What that basically does is gives you a massive run speed buff, and it kind of makes you invisible for a little bit. Oh Jesus. But it also spawns you in at a massive hit point loss. So I need to get my health back up a little bit more, and then we're going to kill that guy. So we're literally only 1 kill away. If we had finished that kill, we would have hit it up and been fine. Unfortunately, that second one spawned on top of me. And most of the time, it's not a problem, because the spawn rates, honestly, in my opinion, are a little slow for the beta. It seems like we're all packed in on the server. I'm recording this at 11:45 on a weekday, which means I don't have to deal with, come on, with as much competition, but the average person playing is going to have a problem. Boom. There's our proficiency. Woot. Awesome. So now, beforehand, you'll remember this was all locked out. Now these are all open. So if I want to get these, I'll have to go through and do quite a bit of different thingies here to get them unlocked. And I believe at this point I can also start using the research points, which I'm still learning about. I'll cover that a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead. I'm going to head home real quick and get to a town, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff there that I was talking about. All right, so here we are. We are in town. This is not one of the newbie towns. This is a little bit further across. Show you guys, give you kind of an idea. I started, I believe, right down here. So there's this zone, went up one, another one, and then I went over. So it looks a little bigger than it actually is, but Grange is where I started, and then I kind of hunted around in these areas and then moved my way up, and then our last area was right up here. I believe this little wall here delineates the PvE zones from the PvP zones. So you can see there's a lot of PvE areas, but there's also a lot of PvP areas too. And the world's actually pretty damn big. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you can actually see kind of how big everything is. So yeah, this gonna be a big game. This gonna be a big game. I don't know what kind of travel options they have in the game. I'm hoping for some good options, but we'll see. This right here is the bank. It does seem like banks are regional, i.e. what I have here in this bank is not the same I have in the other bank or the other bank. So you want to be careful with that. You want to be careful with that. So whatever you're storing in your bank, you need to realize and remember that that's going to be in that location and it is not going to come with you. So make sure that you are keeping what you want with you at all times. I have a pre-order packed mule, so that makes it a little bit easier for me. If you don't have one of those, it gets kind of hinky to deal with. Now, a few minutes ago, I was telling you guys about if I can find the damn guy. There he is, right there. I was telling you guys about the market options, and I'm just going to show you guys one more time to give you guys kind of an idea of this. So you can see that I currently do not have anything. I think that's at this location. So let's go back here. Let's see what we can buy. So let's say I'm looking for rabbit hides. You can see right now rabbit hides are selling for 1. Well, let's say I want a fox hide. So if we go to fox hide, you can see the price right now, the bottom price is 10 silver. So, up around 30 to 40 silver, there seems to be quite a bit more. And then you've got these guys that are undercutting. So their prices are lower than these guys, but they may not have the quantities. Like this guy's, selling them at 90 and he's got 63. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's just because of this area or if that's because, there's that much room in the price. But a lot of people get into undercut wars, and it's a good option for you as a trader if you know the actual true price of something. So let's say Foxhide actually runs around 30 silver, but these guys are just being dicks and getting into an undercut war. You buy this cheap relisted at 30 or 29, and you make almost, 20 silver a piece profit? That's a killing. So it's kind of nice. You can do it that way. So you can set buy orders where you're buying a certain item at a certain price, even when you're not here to do so. And you can set sell orders where you're selling what you've got at a certain price. And even if you're not there, and then it'll get the money will get mailed to you, or the item will be here waiting. That is one of the sort of good things and bad things. If I purchase an item, then it comes here to the completed, and I have to take it. Whereas if I sell an item, then the money just magically appears in my bank, or on me actually. You can see right here I have 7,500 gold, silver. This is the actual in-game currency. This is the premium currency. And the nice thing about the premium currency is very similar to Guild Wars. You can trade this back and forth. So you can see the price of silver and gold in the exchange has gone back and forth. So you can see average 1 gold piece is worth 19 silver. So you can actually convert your silver into gold and vice versa. If you're, into currency trading, you could figuratively make a pretty big, win on there if you could anticipate when the gold value is going to go up or down. Secondary, you can use gold to purchase premium, which gives you these benefits right here. So you can actually buy membership without having to spend a dime, which is kind of cool. And you can buy gold if you want money in game and then sell it to people who are looking for gold, and it gives you kind of a legal RMT option. So you don't have to deal with, gold sellers and things like that. I'm sure there will be gold sellers in the game, but this way there is a legal way to go about getting your silver if you so choose, which I kind of like. So I've shown you guys gathering. I've shown you guys the combat setup. Let me show what the hell is going on here. It looks like a duel. Oh, you can see a little circle here. Oh, nice. One of these two going to get it on? Well, I'm now confused. I guess there's multiple duels going on. Who knows? All right, so anyways, as we were saying, I can now use these staff right here. So let's say I need an adept fire staff to get this. Now, my current staff that I'm using is a novice's staff. So if I want an adept fire staff, I can probably come over here and buy one. Let's look. Let's do fire staff. And if we do buy, you can see there's a novice fire staff. We can come up here to quality and I can, I'm sorry, tier. And let's see, is it tier 1? Tier 2? There's novice. And then tier 3, journeyman. Huh. That's interesting. Isn't there an adept one? Well, novice is what I have right now. So I'm assuming journeyman is what I'm wanting. So let's see. That one looks like it's usable. Tier 4. There isn't one yet. So I can get one of these for 4,000 gold if I want. And I can use it that way. Or let's say I want to make my own. All right, so if we want to make our own, how do we go about doing that? Well, this is the combat tree. Down here is the, and I'll zoom out so you guys can get kind of a feel for the tree. All of this is just the magery line. This is the heavy armor. Well, no, I'm sorry, light armor line. This is the archery, medium armor. Then you have weapons, swords and such, and then you have heavy armor. So that's the different tree. So that gives you an idea for that. Then this is the crafting over here. So right over here, we can craft. I've gotten to the point where I can actually craft journeyman mage equipment. And you can see I've mastered it. So I've gone beyond that, which means, where is it? Is it right here? Adept fire staffs are craftable once I make journeyman fire staffs. Now, adept, I believe, is beyond this one. So this one right here is journeyman mage weapons are usable. So I can use the journeyman one. I can't use the adept one yet. Good. So we want the journeyman. Adept we don't have to worry about. So journeyman is what we're looking for. And we can actually craft it. So to get to adept though, which is our next tier. So right here we can actually craft. Actually, no, we can't quite craft it yet. I don't think. Yeah? No, I'm confused. Unlocked recipes. Journeyman mage equipment craftable. To get to adept, we have to, well, now the text is screwed up. Hang on. There we go. Let's click back over. I need to craft journeyman fire staff worth 24,000 fame. And I need to spend 40 to learn or craft journeyman's fire staff worth 72,000 fame. So I don't understand this setup here. I'm not quite sure what that means. I know learning points are up here. So you can see right here, cost to learn is 40. I'm assuming once I get to the point or a little higher, I might be able to spend these points on it for the second part of the quest to complete it. Otherwise, I have to make 96,000 fame. That's a lot. That's a lot. So let's go look at this staff and see what we need to get. Magery stuff. I'm still learning all of the icons and such. And I haven't quite figured them all out yet. But I believe this is the icon I'm looking for. I think. So we're here, so we need to go down and left. I will say one of my big beefs with the game so far is the fact that there is no way, like RuneScape, for you to rotate the camera. I would love to be able to rotate the camera. And it's one of those things, like I played Albion this summer and it was before I played RuneScape. I had no idea you could even rotate the camera. So it wasn't something that like popped out to me. This may actually be the thing. But now it's like, oh, son of a bitch. I can't rotate my camera. And now that I've played, it's like RuneScape ruined me. It's very sad. That's very sad. Now these guys are all crafters. They will teach you or give you quests to do different things. I believe these are actually player housing areas. So next auction starts in 19 days, 5 hours. So these places are actually different auction spots where you can actually purchase a place and then set up a shop here in town. And depending on your spot, you could actually get some prime real estate and possibly do pretty well. All right, so here's the mage location. Let me pull him up. All right, so we already have the novice fire staff. That's what this is right here. So we don't want that one. We want the journeyman's fire staff. And to get this one, you can see we need bronze bars, we need 8 bronze bars, and we need chestnut planks. So I have chestnut logs, which we can turn into planks, and I have copper ore, but I don't have any tin ore. I do have tin ore back at the other town, which means we're going to have to walk all the way back there. But anyways, this kind of shows you the progression. So as you're moving through the areas, if you want to craft, you have to also be gathering for those areas. Or you can just be, slightly lazy and just purchase it. It kind of depends. And keep in mind, just like your spells, you have to make a lot of these tools. You're not just going to be making one staff and, oh, I've got the XP and I've unlocked it. You're going to have to make these staffs over and over again. And you're like, okay, well, that sounds bad. I mean, why would I want to grind the staffs? Good question. Well, you notice right here on this item, it says quality is normal. Okay, that means it's a normal baseline item. Unfortunately, I don't. Yep, here we go. This one right here, you can see quality is excellent. That means it's a little bit better than normal. And then this one right here, you can see quality is masterpiece. That means it's better than this one and this one. And then there's a couple, there's epic and then there's legendary. So as you're going and you're making these staffs, you're going to be trying to get the better staff, which gives you a reason and an incentive beyond just getting skill to increase that little setup. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass that you got to do it a lot, but at the same time, you get that reward of eventually getting, the specialized staffs and such. And the other thing about these weapons, when you create them, I believe they're what give you your skills. Now, on some armors, you actually can go through and, when we hop off, you can go through and you can select certain things. So these are little little bonuses and boosts and such. I think with the staffs, they just come with the spells by default. So right here, I've got a Firebolt and I've got this instant. I don't know the names of these spells because it doesn't tell you the names. So, I mean, this one says a Firebolt. This one just says, I'm going to call it Ignite because it ignites the player or the enemy. So it's kind of an interesting game. I'm liking it so far. Granted, I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it yet. I'm still, kind of getting a feel for it, trying to figure out, what all is, what all it's about, what all the setup is, et cetera, et cetera. But for my first impressions, I am enjoying it. So to get into the game right now, it costs you $30 for the lowest access. Beyond that, it's $49.95 and then $99.95, depending on which tier you want. I believe when the game comes out, and I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it may be free to play when it comes out, but I don't know that for sure. So please don't hold me to that. That being said, like I said, $30 will get you into the beta. I believe the beta is going to be going for a month. So it's going to basically go till almost the end of the year. I don't know when it's releasing next year. The other nice thing about next year is it's also going to be releasing on mobile platforms. So you'll be able to play on computer and on your cell phone. And I guess on tablets? I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. There may even be consoles, but I'm not sure about that. And I don't know how well this would work on a tablet. I'm assuming, basic things would work. Then again, it's not really all that crazy intuitive. If you've got a big screen, maybe a tablet would work better, but I don't know how well it would work with, just like a little bitty phone. So I don't know. Then again, I'm not a real big mobile guy. If you're a mobile guy, that may be an incentive for you. I believe it's a seamless transfer between mobile and PC. I'm not sure about console, so that may not be accurate, but I know mobile and PC are definitely in there. So anyways, guys, if you are interested in taking a look at the game and the pricing, there will be a link in the video description below. That link is going to take you to my referral page. I don't know what benefits I get. I think I get some gold if you sign up with my link. So it's nothing like money coming in my pocket. I'm not being paid to make this video or anything along those lines. It's just some gold in game that I get when you sign up, which is the same right here. It's the same program you can get if you go to Albion. Once you've signed up, you can do the recruit a friend there as well and get the same features. So it's nothing special with me. So anyways, guys, did want to let you guys know what I'm going to be playing around with, what my thoughts are on Albion, give you guys kind of an overview of the game. If you guys have any questions or anything specific you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments section below and I'll take a look. As always, hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, slap that like button, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.